All right, all right, all right. Is this thing on? Oh, okay. Yeah, it is. Just joking. All right. So, thank you all for being here. We're going to go ahead and get started. I've got 6:30. Bunch of people here. So there are many seats here in the front, a lot of seats in the front. So make your way to the front if you like. Not everybody likes to sit in the front, but I understand that. Wherever you like. All right. Hey, how are you? You did. You took me up on it. Yeah, you sat in the front row. I'm old enough to remember the Bob Uecker commercials. Only people of a certain age will remember Bob Uecker. I must be in the front row. How many people here actually remember that? Oh, y'all my people. You're my people. Yeah, there you go. I heard that. Anyway, that's funny. All right, all the young people here are like, what? What are you talking about, old dude? Anyway, thank you all for being here. Tonight's topic is super exciting to us. It's jobs. I don't know if you've noticed, but things have changed a lot. Things are changing a lot. It's in process, if you will. I'm continually surprised, I guess, by some of the things that I see. I've been in the industry for 20 years, and this is a job market unlike any that I've ever really seen. So a lot of maybe some strange things going on. Some of it's predictable, some maybe not so much. Difficult to determine where all this is headed, so that's part of the reason that we're here tonight, to have an open discussion on these topics with experts, people that watch this on a consistent basis. So thank you all for being here. This is going to be a lot of fun. Cool. Thank you. I want to thank Fidelity. I'm going to ask Justin to come up in just a minute and say a few words. But Fidelity, as you can see, this venue is phenomenal. Really great. Thank you for making the space available to us. You've been a longtime partner of All Things Open, and we're very, very grateful. So with all that said, my name is Todd Lewis. Will be your top line overall MC tonight. I created All Things Open a number of years ago. Now this will be our 13th year doing the conference, and that actually my career goes back about 20 years. And I was hosting All Things Open, open source events. I'm actually hearing the reverb here. Are you all hearing the same thing? Yeah, thank you. Let's go. Yeah, right. One's enough. I don't need to hear two. Is there anything we can do about the reverb? No? Okay. I'm literally hearing myself twice. That's why I'm a little... Yeah, maybe it is from the Zoom meeting. Yeah, okay. Sorry for the delay.
Right?
Again, one of me is plenty. Two, not good.
Try now.
Very good. Oh, much better. I'm sure it's much better on everybody else. I thought there for a minute maybe it was just me that could hear it, but I was looking at your faces trying to pick up on, am I the only one hearing this? Or, anyway, so again, thank you all for being here. Jobs, incredibly important, very, very important topic. So that's the topic of discussion tonight. We've wanted to do this for many, many years. We've passively focused on jobs at our All Things Open conference and at a couple meetups, but never addressed it directly heads on. But we thought the timing was good, and the timing is certainly now. Again, my name is Todd Lewis. I've been in the industry for 20 years. I've been really focusing on open source for more than 15. I created the All Things Open conference, which we host every October. It's coming up October the 12th through the 14th of this year. How many people are going to be there? Very good. Thank you all. If you're not planning to be there, change your plans. Plan to be there. And we do our best to make it accessible. It's very accessible from a price point perspective, and we make lots of scholarships and discounts available. I think at this point, most people in the RTP have probably heard of it, but a lot of people are moving to the area from outside of the area, so there's a lot of inflow. So if you haven't heard of it, it's just allthingsopen.org, but we'll host that in October. We're also we will eventually make some free passes available through this Meetup group. And again, if you, for any reason, maybe can't afford to go, or maybe you've hit a job snag, whatever the case may be, always reach out. Please let us know. In all the years that we've been hosting the conference, we've never really turned anybody down. So if you really want to go, and you, again, can't pay for a ticket for whatever reason, we don't want to know why, it's none of our business, just let us know and we'll make sure that you get in. We'll do our best, okay? Of course, there are limits to that. It's not open-ended. We can't quite do that. I wish we could. But please, by all means, reach out. Our next meetup, this is obviously August the 12th. Our next meetup will be September the 16th. We'll be releasing speaker details about that soon, but please make plans to attend the next meetup on September the 16th. We'd love to see you there. I believe.
Where will it
Well,
actually be?
that's a good question, Justin. The reason I didn't address that was because it's sort of open-ended. It is on the schedule for IBM. The venue's going to change. It's not going to be at IBM, and we're in the process of confirming a new venue and a new location for that. So that's why I didn't actually say where. So that's part of the information that's forthcoming. But if you're on Meetup, make sure that you're a member of this Meetup. We'll message you there. And then if you haven't joined our mailing list, I would encourage you to join our mailing list, and we'll notify you there too. And be on the lookout across social media for announcements and things like that. But the venue announcement will be coming soon, as well as the speaker. And then we've got some other very special things coming up in addition, over and above, or in addition to all things open this fall and winter. Swag, we always make free swag available. I think most of the shirts have been claimed, but we do have a few over there. And it looks like we've even got a hat left too. So all of our hats and our shirts are always free. We never charge for that. All we ask is that you maybe spread the word, let other people know about the events and the meetups that we host. Food is on the way, as Justin stated. Food will be delivered here soon. I think it was supposed to be here, originally scheduled to be here around 6, but it's been delayed by about a half hour to 40 minutes or so. So that is coming. When that comes, and for everybody joining via the live stream, heads up, we might break for maybe 5 or 10 minutes to give everybody in attendance here in person a chance to get up, grab something to eat, and get back to your seats. So again, friendly heads up, that might be coming here soon. So be on the lookout for that. And if that does happen, you'll know exactly what's going on. We are recording and live streaming tonight. So if you hear something stated tonight by one of our panelists or our speaker, Taylor, just know that we are recording, and it'll be released on our YouTube channel hopefully by the end of this week, but we'll notify everybody. We'll make an announcement about that. So don't worry about missing something. It'll be available via the recording at a later date. We're also live streaming. So everyone joining the live stream tonight, watching us from wherever you happen to be, thank you very much. We truly appreciate that. So with all that said, I've got 6:37. I want to ask Justin with Fidelity to come up. I think Justin's going to say a few words. Justin, thank you for being such a good partner. Fidelity's been a partner now for, a decade, maybe 10 years or so, something along those lines. And in addition to that, you're a super nice person. So in my book, that's even more important than being a good partner. So here you go, buddy.
And thanks, Todd.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to use the mic. I project, so I have a habit of not using the mic, but we have folks watching. So yes, I did actually get a call from the caterer just a moment ago saying they were loading up the pizza and it would be here momentarily. So yes, there will be food and there will be drink. Things will be a little bit different than what was planned, but they will be here. So hopefully it meets everybody's needs, and I do apologize for that. Just a reminder, bathrooms and water are through that door. Follow the little whiteboards. And that'll get you where you need to be. There is Wi-Fi, so green line, it's just a captive portal, should be good. I'm trying to think of any other logistical stuff that comes to mind, not that I can think of. And then when it comes down to jobs, the topic, we do have a bunch of our Fidelity talent folks here over on the high top in that direction. So if you're curious, you can just have a conversation. And they can tell you what they know and try to match you up with something that matters. So again, thank you for swinging by the Fidelity campus. Thank you for your support of all things open. We love Todd and the entire team. And again, it's such a gift to have such a first-class organization investing in the Triangle, really trying to make a difference, making all of our lives better. With that said, I think I'm going to pass it to Taylor.
So sorry, Taylor. No, just want to say a few words about Taylor. I don't want to embarrass him, but this is nothing that I would not do it. I see a few people know Taylor here, huh? Do it. Anyway, when we were thinking about jobs, and we were again, as I stated before, as I hopefully prefaced everything with, I'm sure you're seeing the same things that we are. Things are changing really quickly, and it's a strange job market. It's weird, man. strangest, weirdest thing I've seen in 20 years of being in the industry. I'm not in this specific sector, or I don't focus on talent and hiring all the time, but I have done it enough, I've been around enough to know that what's going on is different. It's very, very different. So I think everyone has questions. Everyone's kind of wondering where this is going. How can I get a job? What does the job of the future look like? So when we were putting some thought into who do we want to come here to speak to you, who will deliver the most value on this particular topic, we immediately thought of Taylor. So Taylor, we appreciate you. We're very happy to host you. And Taylor's been a speaker at All Things Open. He's going to be a speaker at All Things Open this year. We're going to try to do some things focused on jobs at the conference this year. So be on the lookout for that announcement coming soon. Talking to Taylor and his team at Torc.dev about that. But okay, very, very good. So I look forward to hearing your idea. No one else I'd rather hear an idea from than you, man. So anyway, but Taylor focuses on this stuff, and he's been focused on this stuff for a very long time. So I know he'll bring a lot of value to you here tonight. So the way this is going to flow is Taylor's going to deliver maybe a 10 to 15 minute talk, provides kind of a high-level overview, and then we're going to transition right into the panel discussion. So we're trying to enter into the discussion some high-level topics with his talk, and then we'll expand on those topics with our panel experts. Okay, so that's kind of the reasoning and the ration behind the sequencing here. So anyway, thank you all very much. Taylor, come on up. I look forward to your presentation. I know you work on this every day. You're probably...
I actually rehearsed it in my hotel room.
Did you?
Yeah. I never rehearse talks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. All right. What are we doing here? All right. We sharing the screen here? Yeah. All right. You see that? Yeah. I very rarely use slides. We good? No. Why can they see? Okay, there we go. All right, hold on. Turn on my clicker. Does this work? It works. All right. Nope. Let's go back. There's a major delay. All right. Cool. Welcome, y'all. Hey, how you doing? Everybody good? Everybody good? Yeah. Everybody scan it. All right. So here's the deal. When Todd messaged me, Todd was like, hey, I want you to speak. I said, man, that sounds great. And he was like, you have 15 minutes. And I was like, I can't think coherently in complete sentences. So 15 minutes may work, may not. And so if you want to scan that code, that links to my link tree. And it links to all my links that we'll get into here in a second. But I'm just beyond grateful to be here. I start every talk by doing this. I know most of y'all have your phones out, so everybody open up LinkedIn real quick. Open up LinkedIn real quick, please. Please open up LinkedIn, okay? Now, 30 seconds, say hey to the person to the left or right of you, tell them they smell great, and you're glad they're here, and connect with them on LinkedIn. Real fast, go.
I'm sure my dog also.
All right, I have 15 minutes, we gotta go quick. All right, so a little bit about me, real quick. Who am I? So I'm a father, I'm a husband to two amazing kids. We have not announced this yet, but we're pregnant with our third. Yep, not planned whatsoever. Anyways, we also I live on a farm on 15 acres north of Nashville. I have 4 horses, a miniature donkey named Dudley. I have a corgi named Walter. I am a mediocre golfer. Matt, who's going to come up here, is way better than I am. But I also play ice hockey, and we're really good. Back-to-back champs in my city. So, who is Torc? So I want to go over what Torc is. Because I think what we're doing is fundamentally changing the way staffing is done and will be done moving forward. So Ronstad bought Torc last year. Torc is a community. Shout out to Danny and my guy Pat over here. Raise your hand, boys. Raise your hand. Those guys are very active in our Torc Discord. Yeah, give it up for, yeah. There you go. They're very active. Basically, we want Torc to be your home base throughout your career, whether you need a job now or in the future, whether you want to meet some new friends, whether you need your resume reviewed, whether you need just somebody to encourage you. We would love to have you. Again, scan. I have that QR code on every slide, so we'd love to have you. And of course, if you are looking for engineers, hit up my boy Matt over here. We hire engineers across the globe, and honestly, we're pretty damn good at it. So moving on, like I said, join our jobs platform. So this links you directly to our jobs platform. It is free. We only ask you for your social security number. So please sign up there. We'd love to have you. Again, it's free. And also, I get judged when I speak at these things how many people join. So please join so I can continue to do these fun things. All right, next, what do I want to get? Again, there's the keep scanning that if you want to connect with me. I'm on every social media but Snapchat. That's weird. And I'm on TikTok, but I don't dance. All right, what do I want to get across? A few things. One, hiring in tech is not dead. I am really sick and tired of the headlines right now that hiring's dead. It's not. We're going to go over, we have a great panel in store. I was actually hanging out with Matt at the Ronstadt office today. We went over some numbers. Ronstadt's crushing it when it comes to hiring. But tech hiring is not dead, no matter what the headlines say. Number two, I fundamentally think the big tech companies are not the standard anymore. I recently was at a conference and the speaker goes, who in here wants to work for big tech? Almost nobody raised their hand. Hiring is changing, and I truly think if you have not looked at the startup ecosystem, please do that. And finally, listen, AI is here whether you like it or not. It just is. We can't stick our head in the sand anymore and feel like it's going to go away. It's not. It's not like your annoying ex. It is going to be here forever. All right, so like I said, essentially what we know has changed. Let's talk about tech hiring real quick. Listen, I put a bunch of numbers on slides that we're going to go through, but listen, tech hiring is up, y'all. We are so up. 7 million tech jobs were posted, which is a 16% year over year from 2023. IT unemployment is at a 2.8%, down from 3.5. AI job postings are up 7x since 2024. Fun fact, the stat was like all job postings last year in AI were like 0.12. Now it's like 2%, but you still get the point. And then also, listen, some proof. I cite my source, me. My friends are still getting jobs. So people are getting jobs is an actual thing. However, you're probably like wondering, Taylor, something's up because I do know the market's not as good as it was. And listen, yes, it is not quite as good as it was in 2021, 2022. I always say that tech hiring in 2021, 2022 is like your ex-girlfriend or boyfriend. When you're in a relationship, we've all been there, whether you want to admit it or not. We always hope our exes go back to the person they were before they got toxic. That is what the state of the job market is right now. Everybody thinks we're in a downturn. Everybody thinks it's all AI's fault because we still go back to 2021, 2022, which is an anomaly. I made a lot of money in 2021, 2022, right? I loved it, but at the end of the day, that is not where we're at. That was an anomaly. This is normal. Get used to it. Next thing, LATAM, nearshore hiring is becoming more of a conversation. Let's just call it what it is. Literally working with a tech founder. He's about to secure a $22 million Series A. He wants to hire a handful of devs out of Mexico and wants to use us. It is a very real thing we're competing against right now. 96,000 individuals at least were laid off already. Highest since 2023. And listen, I still truly believe that we are dealing with the overhiring in 2021, 2022. Somebody asked me the other day, they go, Taylor, how much longer are we going to keep using that as an excuse? I said at least 3 to 5 more years. I still think we are dealing with the consequences of hiring managers in tech, being stupid, giving a lot of money, and hiring a bunch of people with reckless abandonment. It is what it is, and we're still going to deal with it. All right, so let's talk about AI real quick. Yeah, everybody laugh. Thank you. I have a personality. All right, so AI-related job titles have surged. Projected Gen AI spend is $644 billion across the globe, up 76% for the year before. Compensation packages are looking like NBA contracts. Listen, I'm sure if we are all on X, if you are on X, you've seen this kind of image. Whether it's fake or true or AI generated, it absolutely is a real thing. People are getting poached for insane amounts. Now, for me, this honestly slide is for me. You can just ignore it. But I was like, what does it look like for AI hiring right now? What type of roles are being hired? This is 2024. 42% is Gen AI, right? NLP, ML, and then obviously we follow up with some other roles. This is just mainly for me. I wanted to know really what was going on, what type of roles we're hiring. All right, so let's talk about big tech real quick. Microsoft plans $80 billion in AI spend. Amazon plans over $100 billion in AI development. Meta with a multi-billion-dollar investment. Again, we're talking about B's, not M's, which is huge, with Scale AI. However, let's read the second half of the sentences. 9,000 layoffs, 22,000 layoffs, thousands of layoffs. Right? We got to read between the lines here, people. I feel like a lot of us in the tech world, I know so many devs, and we'll get to this in a second, you put your head in the stand and you go, I'm not changing. At the end of the day, the only thing that is consistent in this life is what? Change. Again, Taylor, please, for the love of the Lord, give me some good news. Fam, I got you. All right, here we go. Let's talk about startups. Listen, startup funding is through the roof right now, right? U.S. startup funding, crazy. You can read these slides. I don't know why I keep reading the things on the slides. Let's move on. All right, so you're probably like, well, Taylor, this data is good. Give me more. Wait a minute. There you go. What should you do about it? This lag is killing me. Nope. Okay. All right, so first off, I want to say you're not behind. Okay? You're not behind. You are not behind. All right? Now, however, this trend reminds me of something. Mind you, I've been recruiting engineers since 2011. I have seen and recruited through major trends. .NET MEC came out. Woo, buddy. .NET, everybody was, I already need .NET MEC. We don't need web forms. I don't want a dev that has web forms. VB.NET, C#. Don't send me a resume with VB, only C#. Right? I still think jQuery's hot. That's kind of my whole joke, inside joke, jQuery's hot. I've seen some Twitter stuff about jQuery. Maybe it's back. But listen, I've gone through these shifts. The biggest change that this reminds me of is React. We got one guy up here, yeah. That'll preach. All right, so React. When this came out, everybody jumped on it. Not everybody. Some people, right? Started blogging about it, writing about it, taking on side projects, doing whatever people could do to get React experience, right? Now, there are people who stuck their head in the sand and go, React's dumb. Listen, React could still be dumb. If you have some thoughts on that, that's fine. Don't take it up with me. But at the end of the day, a lot of people put their head in the sand. A lot of developers are like, I'm not going to learn React. It's stupid. I know developers single-handedly in my network that have said that, and they have consistently had issues finding jobs moving forward. And that is where I think we are at with AI right now. I think you have to start using it, have to start researching it, understanding how to implement your workflow. Now, is it time to pivot? That is your decision. That is your decision. But I want to call out some all things open speakers in the past. The great Angie Jones. Everybody know who Angie Jones is? Raise your hand. Yeah. Angie Jones, amazing. Was a Java champion. Now, she's all Goose all the time. All the time, Goose is good. Anyways, and so when it comes to this, she immediately pivoted. Started talking about AI, started blogging about it, started getting public about it. Gant, my boy Gant from Infinite Red, heavy React Native consulting shop. Guess what he started to do? Go all in on AI. He's speaking at conferences. He's talking about it online. He's writing blogs about it. He's getting involved. Kent, the great Kent C. Dodds. Everybody know who Kent C. Dodds is? Yep, Epic Web. Had a wonderful opportunity to MC his conference this past March. Pizza's here. This past March in Salt Lake City. Guess what? He is React, yes. He's Remix, yes. But guess what he's talking about a lot now? MCP that, AI this, AI that. These individuals are pivoting, and I will tell you this. One thing that I've seen through the course of my career, as I am not a developer of myself, I have seen other developers and I see the tailwinds. Listen, times are changing. Somebody said that, right? Times are changing. You need to be aware of that, right? So, it doesn't have to be tomorrow, but this is what I would do. You ready? First step. If you get anything from this talk, this is it. The last few bullet point slides were all just fluff. This is it. So if you zoned out for the last 10 minutes, come back real quick. Come back, take screenshots. Connect with me on every single social media platform. Join Torc, you know the deal. First step, get involved in a local tech scene. Listen, everybody look around. Everybody look around. This is not normal. I don't think you understand. Every meetup that I know of has folded in the Nashville area. There's like 3 or 4 left. I'm trying to pull Todd Lewis and like trying to help run the Nashville JavaScript user group now to try to get it back to where it was, right? This is not normal. Get involved here. This is where your next check for your business could come from. This is where your next opportunity. There are people in here that I have worked with through the course of my career. On route up here, I placed this guy 12 years ago, and he showed up. This is where the jobs happen, okay? Next thing, online communities. Listen, at the end of the day, everybody needs to be an online community. I don't know if all things, do you guys have a Slack? Do you guys have a Discord? Do you guys just pure email and conference and meetups? Pure. All right, props. So find an online community. I want to give some shouts to Ben Lang at NextPlay. Anybody heard of Ben Lang at NextPlay? No? Cool. Check him out. He's great. Ben Lang he was the head of community at Notion. Now he is at head of community for Cursor. Great guy. I have popped into his meetups in Amsterdam. I have broken bread with some NextPlay people in Barcelona when I spoke at Spring I.O. this past year. Amazing community. Get involved. Andrew Yang with MeetFib up in New York City. Erica Wagner up in New York City as well, Park Rangers Capital. Find these folks. Get involved. Follow them. Engage with them. Also, find some job boards. If you want to know where the jobs are, get on some daggum AI job boards. The next slide will go over that. Go to networking events and listen, find a mentor. If I were a developer, and this conversation gives you anxiety, not only because I'm yelling at you the entire time, but also because you don't know what to do and this overwhelms you, find somebody who is doing AI or who is doing what you want to do, reach out to them, ask to be a mentee, drive that conversation. That's a whole nother conference talk in and of itself about how to be a mentor-mentee relationship. By the way, we have a mentee-mentor program at Torc, humble brag. So again, find a mentor, right? Ask questions, figure it out. Next thing, so you take a screen. If you want, by the way, if you want these slides, email me, Taylor@Torc.dev, Taylor@Torc.dev. But yeah, some job board slides, or some job boards. All right, second steps. Listen, I know we're almost at time here. Use Twitter. I still call it Twitter. Use Twitter, okay? Listen, that is where the conversation happened. You probably could be listening to this, you're like, Taylor, I don't do social media. Listen, I'm not asking you to post. I have a whole other conference talk on how to post and create branding. I just gave it last week in St. Louis at DevUp. We can go over that. I will talk your ear off about that. You need to use X to watch, to learn, to listen. I'm fine with you lurking in this situation. Okay? I'm fine lurking. 3 people laugh at my jokes. That's a lot better than my wife. All right, so listen, use lists. Does everybody know what lists are on X? Raise your hand. Sweet, 6 of y'all. So learn how to use lists. The way I use lists is I have all of my hiring managers, right? Matt, to give you an idea how I do sales on X, I have a list of all the people that I want to do business from. Prime example, a guy tweeted that I talked about earlier. I put him on a list. It's called Founders in Tech. Literally, he tweeted about needing Mexico City engineers. I slid into his DMs, signed a contract. Now we're sending engineers to him. All because of X. If you are not on X, you need to. Next thing, start learning or building in public. Angie Jones, Kent C. Dodds, Gant, all those guys and gals, they are constantly talking about what they're learning in AI or constantly talking about what they're learning in JavaScript. Listen, as a recruiter, and we'll have recruiters come up here in a second, like the way we operate is, hey, I need a React person. In my mind, I'm like, who in my mind is a React person? Funny story, Pat Clark in the back, he was on one of our lives. One of the questions I asked is, do you like coffee or tea? And he said, I like Pepsi. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. But here's the deal. Pat now is known in the Torc Discord of about 5,000 members as the Pepsi guy. Yeah. That's still unhinged behavior for the record. So again, you have to be known for something. If you are not known for something, you're not going to be top of mind with recruiters or hiring managers when they need somebody. Next thing, create something. Listen, I got five ideas right now that can be monetized. 2 of them could probably be full-fledged businesses that I need created. If you're a junior developer and you need experience, I got a bunch of ideas I need. I tried to vibe code the other day. I broke the vibe. It still does not work for me, but I could use your help. That's obviously a little bit of a shameless self-plug. But listen, if you want to program something in AI, Ask your family friends. If there's like a business that needs help, start doing this stuff real time because it absolutely helps. Also, look at dang job descriptions. If you want to become an NLP engineer, I don't even know what that is. But if you want to do NLP, go to publicly posted job descriptions for NLP, see what the job description says, and then reverse engineer your entire career of what that person needs. The answer is there to the test. The answer is there. I was terrible at test taking. The answer is there for the test. You just have to reverse engineer and get those skills. To reiterate one more time, big tech is not setting the tone in the market anymore. Do not get caught up in headlines. Just because Microsoft's doing this, Netflix is doing that, that is not an indication of the entire tech market. Hiring in tech is not dead, specifically, obviously, in AI. If you haven't considered a startup, look at it. Start learning to get experience in AI. Listen, that was my talk. I have large and extra large t-shirts. If you take a picture of me right now and post about it, there's only a limited number. First come, first serve. I'll be in the back. I'll give you away free Torc shirts. Very few people have it. My handle is @Desseyn. Please join the Torc platform. We'd love to have you on our Discord, Torc.dev/Discord. Thank you so much. I love you.
Great job. All right, so we already knew what we were getting, which was an amazing job. Thanks, Taylor. Yeah, you're a proven commodity with us. We knew exactly what we were getting, which was fantastic. Justin, do you want to go ahead and do you say we take maybe a 5 or 10 minute break, allow people to get food and drink, and then we will use that time to get our panelists up, transition over, and we'll be ready to go here in about 10 minutes. Does that sound okay, Justin?
Yep. Yeah, so pizza's here. There is gluten-free on the end. So I will say that it is, because I come from a household where this matters, it is made in a pizza store. So if you are extra sensitive to gluten, probably pass. There's a salad there though, and the tongs we are finding, but that will be there, the dressing and stuff like that. So hopefully you find something you like. Drinks are on that table. Drinks and salad are on that far table. Pizza on that table, and go.
Very good. And for everybody on the live stream, hang with us. We're going to break for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. You'll see the slide come up, the placeholder slide, and then we'll re-engage here in about 10 minutes, and then we will be back live with the panel discussion. Thanks for your patience. Thank you.
Thank you for the introduction, by the way, and for the heads. Hey, well, I need something where I'm playing disc golf that I can talk about.
You ever play over by New Road?
I moved here like 6 months ago. So
If you don't, New Hope. So I play on the back of trails.
the DLO.
Yes. I'm like, it's in my head, so.
You know, like, I've gone to play probably every time I close the refrigerator. And I'm just like, well, something's going to take off something Tuesday.
Yeah, Hey everyone. So things are going okay. There is a backlog on the drinks. So how about this? After you've gotten your pizza, can you try to line up along the other side to get your drinks? Or You can come back later for drinks. That's cool. The panel will be going in about 5-ish minutes. So we're going to try to get started just to respect the folks in the live stream. But it'd be a big help if after you get your pizza, you just kind of move along so that more people can get pizza. And then we'll figure out the drinks as we're going. All right? Cool. Thank you. You have to try.
I know.
I'm starting to see some people kind of glom that way.
You try to get Rick over there to start organizing people. He's good at that.
He's trying to get we have a couple of a couple of the volunteers are actually handing out drinks to kind of keep stuff moving. But it's logistically challenging. What's that?
One option would be food on one side, drinks on the opposite.
Yeah, and again, the ideal option would have been the caterer to show up at the time he was scheduled.
True.
And then we wouldn't have had this problem.
Well,
But
still the same number of people.
still the same number of people, but it was supposed to show up at 6.
And then just go straight through.
6:50 is not 6.
No.
We can wait just a few minutes.
Yep. And we're doing okay. We're gonna try to.
You got like between 8 and 10 people
Yep.
who came in through building 3, so they'll need escorts back across. I told. Walk back across, which is not a big deal, but just so you know,
that's
you have
super helpful.
somebody in the lobby to send back. Get closer. And I have somebody over there, and they know as well, so they're not going to freak out about it.
No, it's just.
Putting out fires when you.
Yeah.
There's not much you could have done to fix that. That's not. I'm just letting you know that the best solution is having have a volunteer who knows.
Yes.
And I talked to one. I couldn't find. I know you have 2 left. Yep. I couldn't find the others, but when I find them, I will talk to them. But if you could let them know also.
Yeah, and I'll spread the word when we get closer to kind of close out. That we got some folks who need to go back to the bridge. And I'll bring them to the turnstiles.
Yep, that's it.
Because we also I have.
And Coy is sitting over there, like he knows. So security is aware as well. I just won't be here much longer. So.
There's not, like I said, there's not much you could.
Thank you. All right. I'm saying let's rally the panelists to the stage, please.
Yes. It was.
He's all the way in the back.
Taylor said he's going to get water.
He's handing out shirts. Some guy just he's like, oh, we're looking for that office. And I'm like, yeah, we got like 5 openings at Fidelity. He goes, I'm already at Fidelity. I go, all right, that's not going to work. But the good thing is
full time the contract.
The good thing is some guy right behind us at IBM. He goes, we're looking for API. I go, yes. Big time. Just finding the right people.
Anyway, we always make sure that is the trick. I will get into some of the volumes that everybody is seeing.
We've been so busy. right now I think just that opening all these through FBS, and I think forward is probably 8 bids through Globality.
Okay.
That are open for bid, and then there's 2 that are just gone.
Really care about her word.
Great partners, non-stop.
What's most important? She said I was smart. Transcends even everything else that you see for us. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. I've met a few of those.
Yeah, they don't like it.
I'm good.
Very nice.
Need some water.
Is this good? Okay. All right. Just about through the line. I think Taylor has got this water. Great.
I'll put down in my...
For those of you that are stream,
Well, the good thing is we're not falling
it's a
back.
little bit longer than we expected, but that's okay. There are a ton of people here. So we're trying to get hundreds of people through the line. It's going to take just a little bit of time. So, but we're grateful. That's a nice problem, air quotes on problem to have. Actually, it's not a problem at all. We're very grateful for that. Okay, with all that said, about to get the panel started. I'm going to check with our AV team to make sure we're good to go. Nathan, William, you guys good? Okay. All right. I got a thumbs up from them, so I think we're about good. Taylor, I'm going to give you already mic'd up.
Yeah, I'm mic'd.
Hannah, I'll give you my mic. And let me get a thumbs up. William, all good? Okay, with all that said.
Alrighty, what's going on, y'all? Hello again. Hey. Also, real quick, I got some stickers and keycaps over there on the table. Torc, so those are free. Also, I only have XL shirts left. So if you are an XL and you want a shirt, stay after. I'll give them to you. I have like 4 left. Thanks. Okay, cool. Let's go and introduce ourselves. I'm very pumped for this. I think the issue that I have with reports online is that they are lagging indicators. These individuals up here are true indicators. So this is huge to have these individuals up here. I'm super pumped. So let's go around, or not around, down the line, do a quick introduction. Who are you? What do you do? And then we need to stay consistent to my podcast questions. Coffee or tea, hot or iced? Go.
Put me on the spot with that last one.
Well, yeah. Well, you can start the introduction of yourself, and then you can think about that.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Hey everybody, I'm Hannah Baylock. I'm the Director of Recruiting at Bandwidth, which is a local tech company. We're actually global now, but we're headquartered here in Raleigh, and I lead all of our global recruiting efforts. I've been with Bandwidth for about 5 years. Spent about 3.5 years in staffing prior to that, always in the Raleigh area. And the last question.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Hot or iced?
Depends on the season.
Okay.
Is that allowed?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
Primarily, what are you though?
Hot.
Ugh, terrible.
I drink
It's just hot liquid. It's just hot liquid.
I drink my husband got us an espresso machine. He doesn't even drink coffee, but it's just for me.
Yeah.
He makes me a hot cappuccino every morning.
That's a great husband.
It is a great husband.
Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. My name is Matt Lacasio. I'm based out of Boston. I work for Ronstadt Digital, and I'm the executive client partner that oversees the relationship between Ronstadt and Fidelity Investments. I've been in the industry for the past 17 years, and I am iced coffee 365 days a year.
Let's go. I love it. Go ahead, brother.
There we go. Justin Ratcliffe, as if you hadn't heard that way too much tonight. Fidelity Investments, I've been with Fidelity for almost 25 years. Most in Raleigh, but about half the career up in New England before moving down here. And I do engineering excellence and kind of developer enablement. So VP and doing that kind of thing. And I cold brew.
There you go.
So
Let's go.
Got to make your own.
That's it, dude.
And yeah, pretty much year round. Occasionally, if it's really cold, I'll do something hot, but generally cold brew.
I love it. That's my man. That is, yes, absolutely. Yeah, you are the outlier. Yeah, that's okay. All right, so we're going to go down the line here. I think it's the best way to do it. Keep it short, keep it concise. We don't need your whole life story. So how would you summarize the state of tech hiring in your own words? Give us a macro view of what you're seeing and how you would summarize it.
Start with me.
Yep.
Can I just use your slides from
Yeah,
before?
yeah.
Yeah, so I think summarizing tech hiring, it has changed a lot. We're not seeing what we were seeing in 2021 where we were just like throwing money at people basically.
It was nuts.
It was crazy.
Nuts.
I mean, I remember we were hiring people and they were coming to us with their salary requirements and it was just obscene numbers. I think that's kind of leveled out a little bit. So that's been easier for businesses, I think, to make decisions on hiring. I think we're setting the bar really, really high. We're being really strategic about who we're hiring as well, looking for really top specific technical talent, whereas a couple years ago it was kind of like, okay, anybody who has maybe a few of these things, then we're willing to take a risk and train them up, but we're looking for very specific technical skills these days. And I think we're looking for, too, going back to the AI thing, we're looking for people who have an interest in AI. We know that AI has really only been around for a little bit, so we're not looking for experts all the time, but I think people who are interested in learning, interested in upskilling, and have shown that over the last few months, over the last year or so, we're looking for that as well.
I love that. We're gonna finish this, and then I have Todd. I know you wrote questions, but I'm the moderator, so we're gonna get here. Matt, go ahead.
I think those were all very, very good points. I think a couple things to add on that is you're not just looking for a Java developer or a data engineer. You're looking for someone that can go the extra mile. You're looking for someone that will exceed what you're putting down on a job description. You're looking for someone that can go have different conversations with stakeholders, with different businesses, and make sure that they can present, and it's not a individual that's just gonna go develop code, punch in at 9 o'clock, leave at 4 o'clock, come back the next day. And I think the job market is very high right now, but they're looking for quality and not just quantity, and really looking for people that can separate themselves and make a difference from day one moving forward.
Justin.
So the word I use is overwhelming.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play put on my hiring manager hat. I mean, I'll get a couple hundred resumes in a night. We'll open something, and Fidelity has a policy that a human is in the loop in all cases. Like, we don't pre-gate or anything along those lines. So we'll actually have to like shut down recs after one night, just a couple of hours, because we get so much volume that there's no way me or the recruiter or whomever's involved could actually give every CV justice. And it feels overwhelming because there's so many good people that have so many talents, and to be able to start kind of working through it, again, it just takes a lot of work.
So one of the things that I was actually asked by a few individuals in the back, and this is something that all of y'all alluded to, we definitely went through the age of generality, right? You could spell React and get a job, right? Now, not so much anymore. What are some things that people can do to really stand out in terms of hiring specificity, right? So like, what can people do? What can people show on their resume? How can people level up to at least get the conversation? Let's start there. So I don't know if anybody wants to tackle this first, but what can people do right now to really separate themselves in the interviewing or the resume process?
I guess I can go first, and someone told me this about a year ago, and it's on the AI topic, is back in the .net boom or .com boom, not a lot of people started playing around with it, and they waited for it to come to life. And this individual said, no matter what, if it's 5 minutes, if it's 20 minutes a day, get yourself involved in AI. And Taylor and I were talking about this in the office today, is a lot of people might be scared of AI, but the people that learn how to use AI to benefit themselves and benefit the company that they're working for are going to be the ones that move ahead with that company, and they're best educate themselves.
I love that. Anybody else have any thoughts on how folks stand out right now, either resume writing, interview, anything? Go ahead.
Yeah, a couple things. One, on your resume, show the projects that you've worked on and what it meant to the company. Like, that is huge for us. If you can show me, don't just list responsibilities, but what did you actually accomplish that was meaningful? That's one thing. The second thing, and this might be old school, some recruiters might tell you not to message them, but if you send me a LinkedIn message, first of all, I like it. Second of all, make it a good message. Do not send me a message that says, "Hi, do you have any openings for me?" You know how many messages I get like that a day? I mean, you probably get them all the time too, right? Please don't do that. But I can tell you a story. We've actually hired 2 people recently that sent me really good LinkedIn messages. They were personalized. They were about a specific job that we had posted on our website. And they sent me a message and they said, "Hey, I'm interested in this." They gave me a little bit of background. They referenced the job specifically. I can't look at every single LinkedIn message and respond to every single person, but if you send me a good LinkedIn message, that's going to stand out.
Okay, all right, I love that you brought this up because I preach on this all the time. What does a good LinkedIn message consist of in your eyes?
Showing that you've done research on who I am.
That's big.
Showing that you've done a little bit of research on who Bandwidth is, that's where I work. So I think those 2 things, showing that you've looked at our careers page, that's helpful.
That's
if
right.
you're referencing a specific job, that's even better. So I think those things, use my name, don't just copy paste and use somebody else's name on accident and forget to change it. That's helpful. Those are probably the main things.
I love that.
Don't make it too long.
Yeah, I say 3 to 5 sentences.
I think that's good.
I love that. Yeah, I get the, hey Tyler, Tylor.
I get "Hey Haley" all the
Yeah,
time.
Haley. I get that.
It's H-A.
Yeah,
I get it.
Justin, go ahead.
I've gotten "Hey Justine."
Nice. That's your alter ego.
That's awesome.
That's before you have cold brew in the morning.
On the resume thing, I mean, one of the things, because everybody knows that AI is a thing, but I don't, if you're gonna say you're a prompt engineer, like you better be able to explain to me how context works. So I don't want to see you copying, pasting hype terms. It's kind of like, hey, we do a lot of digital asset stuff and like, ooh, blockchain. So again, be very cautious that you have some depth. You don't have to be an expert, but you have some depth on essentially what does that mean? Why is there this thing called prompt engineering and is it going away because of vibe coding? Like, just make sure that you're not chasing hype terms, because if you don't have any depth there, most likely the hiring manager, like you might be able to get through the recruiter, the hiring manager is going to rip you up. And that's probably not where you want to be.
I'll add one thing on that real quick. Is we had a hiring manager here, and he literally goes, all I do is look at a resume, find the most obscure technology, and just grill them on that. If it's on your resume, you better be able to talk about it, and it better not be like, hey, Justin did that with me, hey, Tyler did that with me. Like, what they care about, what did you do? And can you talk about that technology and how you used it within a project?
So next question that I'm fascinated with is AI taking people's jobs?
No.
Okay.
No.
Hold on. I'm not done yet. No, I'm just kidding. That was pretty much the question. I'm genuinely curious. Yeah. Expound on it. I have my thoughts. I want to see if they check out. Have you specifically had managers go, no, we're not hiring because we're using AI? I mean, you have Zapier. I have a dear friend at Zapier. She's a senior engineering manager. They're like, you can't get headcount unless you've tried to use AI before that person's hired. Same thing kind of going on with Shopify. What are you all seeing? So go ahead.
I think that, and somebody said this to me, and it's catchy, but I think it is true, that AI is not necessarily out for your job, but people who use AI are going to be out for your job.
That's bars.
If I have 2 candidates and one of them is using AI and is getting really good at it and has an interest in it, and the other one is like, whatever.
It's almost like what I talked about.
Almost like you know what you're talking about.
AI isn't taking people's jobs. It's we CEOs using AI to justify not paying human workers that's taking people's jobs.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to open up for questions here soon, but yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same boat. No. Your job will be different. AI is changing your roles and responsibilities. But by itself, it is just, especially Gen AI, it's just a text matching algorithm. And again, there was a period in my time when I was racking servers. Like I would go in, swap data, swap disks, change networks, like all that kind of fun stuff. I don't do that anymore. We really don't do that much anymore. So it's not that like virtualization stole the job. It just changed the job. And I'm a better engineer because of using and doing that work. Because some people just have it. They don't know how data centers function. And I'm like, yeah, I built one. And I outfitted one and I threw in racks. Like, okay. And that allows me to apply the knowledge that's coming through. And again, I think it really just comes being able to adapt and apply. So as Gen AI is coming through, you'd be like, well, what does this mean? And what are the pitfalls? And again, be able to talk at some level about how you think it's going to make life awesome. Because again, if you start saying, no, AI is bad, and anybody who's hiring AI engineers is bad, that's probably not going to work out for you. So be positive.
And I'll agree with everyone up here. It's no. I think the biggest thing that we tell the candidates is it's another tool in your tool belt.
That's it.
And I think the biggest thing is when you're thinking of how to be more efficient even before AI, if you go to your manager or who and say, hey, I think we can do this better by using AI, that is showing value of the way that technology is changing. It will never replace humans in certain aspects.
Yep, absolutely. Also, we are going to open up for questions here in a few minutes, so think of questions. I like doing these panels because we can get real world feedback from you all, so think about some stuff. We'll get it started here in a minute. I do want to ask this. Where are people messing up in the interview process? Right? I have so many people that are like, I'm flaming out. And I'm like, during the interview, I'm like, well, why? And they're like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, that's not an acceptable answer. You need to know why. Where, in your experience, just you, where are people really messing up? You want to go first? You would go ahead. Yeah,
I think it's confidence. I think it's believing in yourself. I think it's being able to present yourself and trusting your ability, right? A lot of times, especially over the last 6 months, we've heard this person doesn't have the soft skills. We don't feel that they were confident. It's never as black and white as you think about the technology. It's more how you're presenting yourself during the interview.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't be afraid to say, I don't know.
I don't know why we're still saying that. I feel like I've been saying that for 10 years now.
I mean, I can't tell you how many hiring managers are like, yeah, they just kind of BS their way through this thing on their resume, to your point. Don't put something on your resume if you can't speak to it. And then when you're asked about it, talk about it. But if you don't know, then first of all, don't put it on your resume. But then when it comes up in the interview, don't be afraid to say, I don't know, or ask clarifying questions.
One of the things I like to tell the folks that are in the Torc Discord, shameless self-plug, and all that is I tell them like, hey, I don't know, but.
Yes.
I don't know necessarily what you're talking about, but it sounds something similar to this is what we've done. Let me dive into this with you to see if that's close. As you're the only technical guy on here, how would that work for you? Would you like that answer better than just, I don't know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, so somebody who's confident enough to say, I don't know, that's a good sign. Because again, when we bring it back to AI, we hear about hallucinations, even at GPT-5 release, like, oh, it hallucinates more. Do you know what hallucination is? Is somebody not being... Somebody.
Just want to do too much drugs.
The AI not being comfortable with saying, I don't know. It's saying, oh, you've asked me a question. I need to get you an answer, even if it's completely wrong. Don't do that. We don't like it when AI does it to us. Your potential hiring manager doesn't like it when you do it to them. And most likely, they're going to figure it out at some point. Even if you get through a gate, you're going to hit another gate, or you're going to be in that probationary period. Quote unquote, somebody's going to find out. It's much easier to focus on the I don't know and to be able to fill that gap. It's that kind of yes and in improv, where you're hoping to be able to like, yeah, I don't quite get that. It's a lot like this, which is something I do get. Can I talk to you about that?
I love that. Let me ask you all this. When it comes to follow up in the job search. I have so many people that are like, oh, I've messaged them one time. I'm not going to annoy them anymore. And I'm like, listen, people on my own team, and my guy Jason Torres is watching right now. He literally texted me and says, great talk. Jason, who's on my team, has to Slack me 3, 4, 5 times for me, my own teammate. What does follow-up look like in the job search? What do you recommend? How should people approach follow-up? That's one of the questions I get, but I also think it's a very vital part of the job search right now. Anybody have any thoughts, questions? Jesus, you?
It was just the end.
Oh, all right. I'll say quickly, I think, and I tell my team this a lot, it's called professional follow-up. It's, if you're going to tell someone that you're going to follow up in 48 hours, follow up in 48 hours. If you're going to tell someone you're going to follow up in 72 hours, and also don't just write a blank, hey, did I get the job? Add your personal touch, add value, and thank them for the opportunity. And if you need to, reiterate why you're the best person for the hire. And then I recommend every 48 hours. There's certain times, I'm sure you're in the situation, you are, as stuff, you're out on meetings all afternoon, you're out of the office on vacation, you unfortunately forget about an email, and oh, thank you for the reminder, that pops up, and then you respond.
Any go-to thoughts? No?
Yeah, I mean, being politely persistent is not annoying.
Politely persistent.
My boss says that all the
I love
time.
it. What I say is that being annoying is not, or no, sorry, follow-up is not annoying. Your tone is the thing that's annoying.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
It's a good
Yeah,
little catchphrase.
Agreed. I think it really is just about tone. If you go in being like, I demand an update from the machine, no, that's probably not going to land well.
Yeah.
You want to be able to kind of like, hey, how do you think it went?
Yeah.
Invite them to give a conversation, not just a kind of a one or a binary 1 and 0.
Yeah, I love it. You know that?
Yeah, sometimes, well, think about your recruiter as your internal advocate, whether they're an external partner, like an agency that you know the company has a good relationship with, or someone like me who's the internal recruiting team at a company. But they want you to get hired too. They definitely want the role filled. So you following up with them is a great reminder for them to be like, oh yeah, I followed up with the hiring manager 3 times now, and I'm going to do it again because now you're telling me, if you have an offer or something, that's a great thing to put in follow up. That's a good way to kind of put some pressure on them.
100%.
And you said it on the LinkedIn, personalize it, because then it shows that you're actively listening and you're not just sitting there hoping that you're going to get something figured out. Like if you reiterate a part of the interview, what was discussed, your opportunity is going to go way up because the hiring manager is going to be like, wow, they really paid attention and retained all this information and want this job.
Love that. All right, we're going to open up to questions. Oh, this gentleman, dude, you are dialed. All right, so stand up, introduce yourself, and ask questions. Stand up, come on, stand up. Introduce yourself.
I've been sober for 2 weeks.
There you go. That's great. Woo, there we go.
And that's ending after tonight. All right, Joe, thank you. Wonderful panel. I'm not a developer, I'm developer adjacent. I work with a lot of these folks. And it seems like what this panel is talking about a lot here is communication skills, which obviously goes beyond the interview. At tech companies that I've worked at, I've seen some people thrive, and I've seen some people get fired because of really not reading the room for everything from just thinking the way that they think must be how everyone else thinks. And it's caused missed deadlines, it's caused people to be rubbed the wrong way, especially if it's from a client from a different culture, different field. And what I'd like to really know is, I do think, especially with AI, if what I keep hearing is the opportunity for people to work on their communication skills, strategic thinking, emotional intelligence, what programs do you know of, maybe within your own companies, that are offered? Because this goes beyond all these great tips you're giving. I think it has to be something that's ongoing, that adds to their great resume, what they can do to program, with how well they can exchange information and show how well they can connect with people.
Going back to one of Taylor's slides, find a mentor. I think that's a really big part of learning how to communicate and then ask your mentor for feedback. I think that's huge. You can take LinkedIn Learning courses or Udemy courses or things like that are helpful. They have their place for sure, but if you've received feedback that you're not great at communication, your emotional intelligence is not the best, find someone who's willing to give you that tough feedback in real time, and then take that feedback for what it is and try to work on that. If you don't know, it's hard to work on it, so I think finding someone who is around you regularly to call you out on those things is really helpful.
And I'd add one thing, and Taylor mentioned it during his speeches. He's probably given this presentation 20 plus times, if not more. He mentioned that he went in his hotel room and practiced, right? I think a lot of people don't practice before their interview, and it can be in a mirror, it can be with your partner, it can be with a colleague. Like, before I came up here, I called my wife and we went through a couple of the questions that might be asked, just to hear yourself reiterate that, and practice makes perfect.
All right, you got something?
Don't go to catering before you're about to get up on stage. Find something you're passionate about. People like to talk about things they like. So figure out how to kind of pull that in into kind of that work life. So make that bridge, because I think it gives you a handle that you feel comfortable with. That you're not focused on the how of some sort of managerial effectiveness training or something like that. But it may be table tennis. And really talking about managing a championship or whatever. Find something that gives you a handle that you're comfortable with, because that will, again, meet you in the middle.
Also, too, shameless self-plug, in the Torc Discord, we do career coaching, interview prep, resume reviews, live networking sessions. So if you do want to work on your soft skills, the whole Torc ethos is the soft skills of the tech industry. So we'd love to have you. Yeah, question. Yeah, go ahead. Say that. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Karthi, and I have been using computers for about 30 years or so. AI is not new to me, but still I have a question which is urgent. Whom do you call an expert in AI, and whom do you call a person who knows AI, and who will get opportunity to work? And at this time, what is good to have?
You talking about just AI skill sets in general?
Yes.
What do you guys see in terms of hiring right now from an AI skill sets perspective that people need to have to be employable?
Yeah, I mean, you can read about Meta dropping 9-figure deals to recruit top data scientists. If you play NBA, that's great. Like, ball. That's awesome.
Ball.
But most of us, I would say, focus on applied AI. Like, what's the business problem you're going to solve? Why does having access to a generative AI tool make you more effective? What are ways that you can give it superpowers? Like, understand some of those practices so you can apply AI. And you still should kind of know how it works. There's lots and lots of resources out there, but you don't have to be a top-end data scientist. Like linear algebra is somewhere buried in my head, but it ain't gonna be good, and I'm not gonna be good at it. So don't try to impersonate that. Just try to lean into the things that are there. And if for some reason that you landed something and you're like, hey, I need to figure out linear algebra again, well, there's lots of resources there. But don't start with going to the really hard science, because there's a lot more opportunity in just being able to use the tools effectively.
Yeah. So to answer your question, I ChatGPT'd this because I wanted to know. Are you ready? So programming frameworks: Python, PyTorch, TensorFlow, LangChain, Llama Index. I swear y'all make this shit up. Hugging Face ecosystem, API integration, data skills, data pre-processing, cleansing, model optimization, containerization with Docker, cloud deployment with AWS, CI/CD, ML. In terms of the LLMs, we got GPT, Llama, Mistral.
Yeah, so I don't know what those words mean, but use ChatGPT. Or just go look at job descriptions. And then, like, I don't know, you're in tech, just put all the job descriptions into some sort of GPT and say, what do I need to know based on this? I don't know, y'all know what to do. Yes, here you go. You stand up, introduce yourself.
Thank you. I'm Hannah Shaw. I'm a graduate student at NC State studying, I'm studying data science, but like all my classmates and teachers are talking about AI because everyone's talking about AI. And so, naturally, like, of course, everyone wants me to study AI as well. There's this big push for me to study AI as well. But my issue is that because of how quickly the market changes, by the time I graduate and even like in a year, at least 75% of the info I learned at school is going to be outdated by the time I start looking for a job. So with that in mind, how am I supposed to tailor myself to fit a job description when I don't even know what that job description looks like a year or two in the future?
Welcome to tech, but but no, I mean, I don't know, thoughts on this?
What he just said is, it's adapt. You're always gonna have to adapt. There's gonna be certain things that are still there. There's gonna be cloud, there's gonna be data, there's gonna be security, there's gonna be application development. But the one thing I say every day to my team is, whole new day today. It's gonna change. It's just an evolving world that we live in, specifically within IT.
Yeah, college and graduate school, like, you're learning how to learn. You're learning how to do research. You're learning how to use the tools at your disposal. So get really good at learning, and that'll take you far in tech.
I mean, listen, this may be a hot take, but based off your question, quit school and just go get a job. I mean, if we're being honest, if you're that concerned about where the market's going to go in 2 years, and you're concerned that modern day education is going to put you behind, go get a job.
I mean, most job sites don't even consider you you don't have at least a bachelor in computer science.
I disagree with that.
I'll say that's changing.
Yes.
And also a couple things that were said earlier by yourself is pick your swim lane, right? Don't try to be jack of all trades. Pick a swim lane, master that skill, and make yourself valuable.
And I will tell you this, your intensity and passion that I can tell you have, you're going to be just fine. You're going to be just fine. I promise you. You're a badass. You scare me. You're a badass. Yeah, gentleman in the back. And we got 7 minutes, so make your questions quick and to the point.
Could you give us a couple recent real-world examples of candidates that stood out? Both, let's say, candidates are just starting out and people have been in the industry for, say, 20 years. So somebody there was an obvious candidate you kind of wanted, if that makes sense, sorry.
Who wants to go first? There's so many resumes, I gotta think through it all.
They're all awesome.
It also is like, you can only share so much.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I'm winding through the policy in my head. Again, one of the last candidates was someone who they just exuded the knowledge that I needed. Like, they didn't need to show. Like, it wasn't performative. Like, sometimes you can feel when something's performative. Like, it feels surfacey. But they didn't actually talk to it. This might be a little bit of a stretch, but now my wife, but when we were getting together, we had a question on, well, when are we dating? Like, it was like some sort of finish line. And like, we're looking for us to do something. And the response that we got back was, when somebody else says you're dating, that's when you're dating. So again, it's one of these things where like, you can't do it. And the more you try, probably the worse it's gonna go. But if you just live life and you just do you, And other people will recognize that. But I know that's like super vague, I 100% get it. But it's that tendency, like it's that tenet of just being you. That will probably carry a lot more than you give it credit for.
I'll add one thing to that, and I know the three of us can agree upon it. Honesty.
Yeah.
It's very simple, but it is not done at all. And when you get that candidate that's honest with you, honest with your client, it stands out above everyone else.
I will also, Lord, we have too many questions. Todd, what's our policy here? I know you said 8, but are we allowed to like hang out and answer questions off stage or what?
Let's ask Justin.
Justin, are we gonna get in trouble? Dad, can we stay Dad?
I could probably get like another 5-ish minutes, so like 8:05-ish.
Do we have to be out by 8:05?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, but I gotta start marching like.
All right. Let's not get Dad in trouble. Let's go question back here real quick. Keep your questions extremely short. I don't need your life story.
Hey, my name's Heath Thoman. I've heard a couple of times tonight soft skills. I see that more and more on LinkedIn. Of my 2 pages of my 20-plus year career, 2-page resume, the thing I'm most proud of is my soft skills. How do I put? But I feel like if I put that. We don't put those on our resume. How do we do that without sounding cheesy, arrogant? Yeah.
I have so many thoughts on this, but go ahead. Y'all up here, go ahead.
I mean, I think going back to what I said earlier about the LinkedIn message, I think that's a great way to put your best foot forward. Sending a really good message, being really clear, really concise, communication. You're going to show that in a quick LinkedIn message. It's really hard to put that on a resume, though.
I'll be quick because I know my man over there has a question. Build your network.
Yeah.
And let people talk about your soft skills. That will do it right there.
Yeah, I mean, the resume is in some ways from a machine. It's the introduction. Like, it's not necessarily to kind of communicate your life story. Don't try to make it. I don't like those like 10-page resumes. Please don't send them. So again, it needs to be concise, it needs to get that message across, and then allow the interview and the conversations and the follow-ups and the networking and the events that you go to, and potentially even an open source project. Like, let those carry your soft skills.
You know how you communicate good soft skills on a resume? Write a freaking good resume. The question.
Don't have typos.
Yeah.
Ben, I was listening to the radio that were talking about the recent jobs report, buried data, people that are still looking after 27 weeks. I'm in that boat. I've got a friend of mine who's been in that boat since January. He's been still looking. What's your advice to people who are starting to get to that edge where you lose? I'm not there yet. He's there. What's your advice for people who are starting to get to that edge that are starting to lose a little hope?
Pray. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
It ain't easy. There is no magic button. I just want to be clear with that. Like, it's a really hard place to be. One thing I would say is find an open source project that you like. Invest there, because you can do that publicly. People do look, like I do, look at your GitHub and they'll look at your activity. They'll look at not only the code that you're pushing, but your issues and your ability to kind of just get in and help with the community. Sarah Gamapi used to say, or still does say, cut wood and carry water. Like, all of that stuff really makes a difference. So use the time you have, that free time that you have, well. And it can really also help with the morale aspect of it.
Get you and your friend to reach out to me, Taylor, Torc.dev. I will counsel you guys for free. So please reach out to me.
Hey, I'm Gauri. So I've been reading all of these reports about how applicants are misusing AI when they're applying to jobs. You know, they have these automations set up and their resumes are sent to multiple jobs. I don't know if it's true or not, but if it is, AI is available. Applicants are going to use it. I'm curious about what is being done on the hiring side to filter out that noise so that people who are really using a human approach and investing the time to match up themselves to jobs and applying do get noticed.
I can add that just on a couple steps that we take specifically is there are different platforms. There's Torc, there's Ropes AI, there's Glider, where we'll put people through an assessment. There's a whole test of are they cheating, are they doing it, are they getting help? And then you have different firms that will put multiple steps to the interview. There's reassurance of ID. I mean, him and I were talking about it. He did it 10 years ago. Like, you screen someone on a video and then you walk them in the door. I know for a fact that Fidelity is requiring more face-to-face interviews. Us at Randstad are making people come in the office and interview. Like, our job, my job is at Randstad is to make sure that I weed all those candidates out before I send them to Fidelity. And you do the same thing, and there's mechanisms out there to stop all of that. It is probably one of the bigger challenges in IT right now, and I know we don't have the time, but that could be a whole other session.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, one thing to accept is it is going to happen. It is happening. That is one of the reasons LinkedIn volume is 45% up year over year for applications. Like, it's just part of the deal. I wouldn't ask you to send stuff via mail using a typewriter. It's just a tool that people are going to use. They're going to use it to create their products. They're going to use it during the interview. So again, some of that is also on the hiring manager and the recruiter to be able to ask more insightful questions. So you just make the assumption that they have ChatGPT or Claude or fill in the blank going over here, processing and coming up with an answer. But again, to that kind of performative aspect, again, that comes down to good hiring manager skills, is to kind of go, no, like let's dig into your knowledge there. How would you do that different? Because if you start asking questions that LLMs are not good at, which is, hey, give me 4 approaches, like, yeah, you do a 4-shot response, like, all of a sudden it becomes pretty clear when people are they're over-relying on a tool versus complementing their skills with a tool.
I will say this, people at the end of the day are going to win at this time. Also, too, there's a reason why us at Randstad, through the Torc platform, has hired so many people at Fidelity and across the globe, because we put people first. People at the end of the day are going to win. Your network is your net worth. Okay? All right, last question, and then Dad's going to kick us out. And then if you have any more questions, either email me, Torc.dev, or find us after.
Hi, this is Chetan. First of all, thank you. Great tips. So my question is that professionals who are in transition in the job market for 8 to 9 months, they are doing all those things, learning, doing GitHub. But in the transition, you kind of sort of lose a little bit what role you are mapped to. And job positions are open for a specific role, right? So you try to be very specific on the role or apply, because the learning process is a bit general, right? Even the Gen AI skills, it's very broad spectrum. You will learn every day, you can do blogs, you can do GitHubs, but when it comes to applying, you have to apply for specific roles. But for professionals in transition, that role mapping becomes a little bit of a challenge.
Are you talking about when you are applying to a job or when you're in a current job to keep it?
No, when you're applying
You're applying.
for a job and you are in the job market for
Basically, how can people get experience without getting experience?
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
apply for
like-
the job specifically.
The job role is going to be, I mean, honestly, there's a lot of job roles that are full stack engineers. Actually, don't like that job description, by the way.
Hate that job description.
Because it's one of those catch-all type of things. You have a jack of all trades, and we got ourselves in trouble with that a couple years ago. So, not Fidelity, but just as an industry, technology got ourselves into trouble, where people are not good at something. Again, find something you're passionate about. Invest in it. Invest in the communities around it. Because if you start contributing to Istio and you're just working issues, all of a sudden Solo comes open and you might be able to help people apply glue more effectively. Even though it's a commercial release of Istio, all of a sudden that becomes a thing. And you can now apply that not only within the open source project and the communities that are around it, and the organizations that are implementing the open source project, but also the commercial entities that help back that open source effort. So again, don't cast the net so wide where it's just like, I just need a warm body. Like, I don't think that's a very effective strategy. Find something you're passionate about that you did before, tweak it a little bit to reflect where the world is at today, and then just lean into it as much as you can.
Sweet. All right. That's it, Todd. Do you want? Hey, just clap it up to everybody up here. Clap it up. Clap it up. That
All right, sounds good. Okay, so with that, Justin, I think our time is up, right? Okay, so if you all would just stay put for just a moment. I want to thank you all for coming tonight. We did record tonight. We also live streamed, so I want to thank everybody that joined us via live stream. If you missed something, if you want to go back and review something, watch something again, we're going to aim to have this out and live on our YouTube channel within a week or so, 2 weeks at tops, but we hope to have it out within a week. Also, allow me to put in a plug for just open source, right? We have been focusing on open source for 15 years. We have talked to so many people. You have to remember something. A lot of companies that open source an internal tool, one of the primary reasons they might do that is to get input from the external community, right? Leveraging the wisdom of people around the world that don't directly work for them. So some of it is tell us how to make this thing that we're doing better, but it's also to recruit talent. So I can tell you right now that a lot of companies are very strategic in the way that they hire. They will put something up on GitHub, they will encourage contributions, they will market that, they'll encourage people to participate, and then they will pick and choose who makes the best contributions. I guarantee you that if you join an open source project and you start making really quality contributions, people are going to notice. And guess what? Other people that have started the project or spun it up or enabling it or keeping it going and maintaining it, they're just human beings. If they notice your contributions are of high quality consistently, guess what's going to happen? Hey, what's your name? What are you currently doing? Are you currently employed? Just so you know, we have a job opening. I've noticed that your contributions are really good. You can develop rapport with them. You can open up lines of communication with them. You can then communicate, hey, what's your LinkedIn, et cetera, et cetera. Again, we're huge believers in open source. You can attend our conferences and our meetups and learn how to choose an open source project to contribute to. How do you go about choosing? Because there are a bunch of them out there. Which ones have active contributions? Which ones will make a difference in my career, et cetera? I can tell you right now, just my opinion, I'm not a hiring manager, but I have hired many, many people. If someone comes to me with a resume and top line, they show me and explain to me what contributions they've made to an open source project, how they were involved, the lines of communications they established, why they chose that project, you're going to stand out. You're immediately going to jump off the page. You're going to separate yourself immediately. That's a personal opinion. I see Justin shaking his head. Justin's been doing this. We've been doing this probably a comparable number of years. Allow me to encourage you to go out, find an open source project or projects, and begin contributing to them. And if you don't know quite how to do that, if you're a college student or if you're in school, learn how to do that. Attend one of our conferences, or there are tons of, I won't say tons, there are a good number of training videos, recordings, YouTube things that will show you how to choose a project, how to contribute, etc. It makes a huge difference. We have met so many people, and we have testimonials from so many people that have gotten jobs through contribution to open source projects by making contributions. We've also talked to hiring managers that have found some of their very best talent via people that have made contributions to the projects that they host on GitHub. It absolutely works.
And this is a hobby horse of mine. Contributions does not equal code. It can.
Thank you. Yeah.
But it isn't only code. Community issues, helping people apply a project. If you look at maintainers and maintainer burnout, the maintainers are not necessarily looking at the code as that's the thing they want to do. It's actually the issues in the looking at PRs and stuff like that that's actually hard and burning them out. Help there. So again, I want to make sure that people understand that when you hear contribution to open source, everybody thinks about the code behind a pull request. It is that, but it is so much more than that. And even your GitHub contribution graph is more than that. Your interactions on GitHub, issues, and comments and everything like that, even just a thumbs up, shows up on that graph. So again, just make sure to repeat that in your head, because I think a lot of us, especially in transitional careers, get wrapped around like, I'm not a good React developer. Like I cut my teeth in jQuery, and I just don't know how to keep up. So contribution doesn't necessarily mean pushing that code down.
It's such a good point. Thanks, Joseph. Okay, so with that said, Nathan, William, we're all good on the AB side. Very good. Okay, I'm getting two thumbs up. Taylor, thank you. World-class job. Thank you very much. Thank you. Panel, thank you so much. You all did an amazing job. Okay, so our next meetup is September the 16th. We hope to see you. Be on the lookout for an announcement via the venue. It was initially scheduled for IBM. It's not going to be hosted at IBM, but we will announce a new venue here very soon. We'll announce a speaker as well. The content will be world-class as always, I promise you. Find me if you have any questions. Find the Fidelity team. I know that Fidelity recruiters are here. Find the Torc team and try to network on the way out. Justin, thank you for being a great host.
You want XL shirts?
Thank you all.
So for folks who are exiting, the stairs will